We've got some breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ where World Cup winner Lionel Messi looks like he's going to stay in Paris and play for his club side PSG for the foreseeable future. Our Fabrizio Romano saying that there is a verbal pact with the Parisian club, convincing him to stay at least for one more season. Taking a look at his numbers with all cup competitions, 12 goals and 14 assists in 19 appearances for PSG. And again, not that long ago, we all watched him win the World Cup with Argentina over France. All right, to help us break this down, we've got Jonathan Johnson joining us here in CBS Sports HQ. So, JJ, what more can you tell us about what you're hearing with the Messi situation with his club side PSG?
Yeah, so very much, in line with what Fab has been telling us. There is, a verbal agreement in place with PSG, which has also been reported in France. Messi convinced to stay on with PSG for at least another season. However, nothing in terms of a contract has been signed. Nothing has been agreed in terms of sort of a salary or even the length of a potential deal. It's just basically for at least one more year. And the final length of that contract, as well as the salary, will be decided at a later date because there will be a new meeting to be scheduled in the near future. But you do have the common interest and will of PSG's owners, Lionel Messi, as well as PSG's sporting advisor Luis Campos, who is an increasingly important figure at the club as well these days. All of them agreeing verbally upon Lionel Messi staying on for at least another year.
And I know everybody still has fresh in their mind the Argentine victory over France in terms of the World Cup, but how would you describe and remind us, if you could, Jonathan, about the season that PSG is having on the pitch right now?
It's been a good season so far. I wouldn't say it's been a great season. I'd say that there's room for improvement. But let's not forget, PSG are one of the few teams who are unbeaten in Europe at the moment in the top leagues. They got pipped to top spot in their Champions League group by another one of the unbeaten clubs, Benfica. So in that respect, you could say that they were a bit unlucky. It was a really wild goal swing that saw the Portuguese side finish ahead of them in that Champions League group. There is now sort of a feeling of curiosity around what sort of mentality we see from the likes of Messi, but also from the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, coming back off of very mixed emotions from the World Cup. Interestingly, actually, on that topic, Kylian Mbappe is already back with PSG in training just days after that World Cup final defeat, which is pretty crazy. You also have Achraf Hakimi, who obviously was part of the Moroccan team that got to the semi-finals, lost to France, and then was beaten in the third place playoff by Croatia. He's also back in training with PSG as well. No word yet on exactly when Neymar and Marquinhos will arrive, but there is hope that they will return to club duty soon. But obviously Messi back in his homeland of Argentina right now, enjoying the celebrations of a World Cup that many feel is quite overdue.
Yeah, it was interesting to see those images of Mbappe getting out of his vehicle. A lot of people surprised that he's maybe not taking a few more days off, given the length and the minutes that he has played. I'm looking at the odds here, JJ. Of course, PSG, third best odds to win the Champions League at 8-1 behind Bayern Munich and Man City. A couple more things here with Messi. Obviously, there are a lot of fans here in America that were maybe hopeful of seeing Lionel Messi in MLS, Inter Miami. Not necessarily immediately, but sometime down the road. What's the latest you're hearing about any validity to Messi coming to the United States?
Yeah, I mean, again, as per Fab, Messi never actually accepted any proposal from Inter Miami or even negotiated with Barcelona, his former club, who were also interested in getting him back. He was approached by both outfits, but it never reached an advanced stage. And PSG have been keen from the start to see him extend beyond at least this season. Now, I think in terms of Inter Miami, you can never say never. I think that there is a strong feeling that at some point in the future, whether it's another year from now, whether it's 2 years from now, Lionel Messi probably will go and get a taste of life in MLS, and it very may well be with Inter Miami. I know that there's also been reports that Inter Miami are looking to land Sergio Busquets, obviously a former teammate of his at Barcelona, a major champion with Barca and the Spanish national team throughout his career as well. So I think maybe putting those kind of pieces in place might make it possible to make a push for Messi at some point in the future. But obviously a lot is going to depend on this potential extension with PSG. Like I said earlier, it's not signed, it's not a done deal at the moment. It's just a verbal agreement that the club and the player want to continue together beyond the end of the season. A verbal agreement which was reached, by the way, towards the end of the World Cup, so it's something fairly recent.
Okay, it has the entire football/soccer community talking about Lionel Messi. Jonathan Johnson there with the very latest. JJ, certainly appreciate it. Thank you for the insight and information as always. We were just talking about, JJ and I coming on here, back to club soccer. I want to remind everybody about the Champions League that returns in February. Streaming on Paramount Plus. You have an offer that you can cash in right now. Use the code ALLYEAR and get 50% off the annual plan to catch all of the Champions League action that resumes once again in about 2 months.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.